All right, how's it going? Darren asked me to put something together just to give my thoughts on the season so far. So here it is. Played 11, top of the table, one, one loss, one draw, 28 points. Just looking at the table now. Never thought that this was on. I fancied this top start of the season that we get top four. Just basically by the fact that the squad was together. It was still an experienced squad. There wasn't too many additions, but the players that we were keeping knew what was needed, knew what they needed to do, and we knew we were getting a good manager. Didn't think it was going to turn out like this, but it's also the fact that we had a quick turnaround. The preseason, if you remember back, changed a lot. He got to work with a lot of players that he probably wouldn't have normally seen. The likes of Curtis Jones was there early, Harvey Elliott was there early, plus the younger players as well. And he started work straight away. So we were watching the preseason games and we kind of got a feel for how we were going to go, but it was never. We still had to translate that into meaningful games. When the season started, because you could tell straight away what what we were trying to do. The Ipswich game, hooking Kwanzaa at halftime, wasn't his fault. It was Liam Delap will give players problems, but it showed a fact that look, this is a problem. This is what we need to change. Kanate can come in and change it, and we went from strength to strength on the back of that. You ain't got to take no messing from anyone, and all the players seem to have bought in. Not just your 1 to 11. Everyone has bought into how we're playing and the style of play and the changes that he makes in game at halftime. When he's able to see something glaringly wrong sometimes, and the changes that he makes are effective. He's very good at it. The only frustration would be the Forest game, but in fairness to Nottingham Forest, they're sitting in fifth at the minute. They only lost two, and they've backed up that win against us. They're flying it at the minute. So, that can be a case of getting your pants taken down, and your backside slapped. You're playing against a side like Forest. You're expected to win, and maybe the players bought into that a little bit, but that hasn't happened since. Going into this last run of games, if someone had said to you, you'll get 6 wins and a draw out of these 7 games after the last international break, you bite the hand off, because that was a tough run of fixtures. And it's not going to get any easier. But some players have really, really kicked on. Ibrahim Kanate, we see this season what we missed in last season with his injuries. He's a phenomenal centre back. 24, 25 years of age, I think. Best years are well ahead of him. I'd love to see him tied down to a deal. There was talk about it when Kwanzaa signed his deal that Kanate was going to be extending as well, and I hope that happens. He's one of the best centre backs in Europe at the minute, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. The roles of the fullback have probably helped him an awful lot as well. Trent doesn't tend to invert as much, and when he does, it's not regimental where he goes in all the time. He's very intermittent with it, so Kanate isn't having to cover the amount of ground that he was last season. So that's probably helped him, and it's also helped Trent with his defending. He's become more and more of a complete right back this season. All in all, I think everyone's had a really good season. Costas has really kicked on. He's been very good this season, I think. Goes under the radar. A lot of people look at him to make a mistake and jump on the mistake, but I think overall whenever he's played, you've never come away from it saying, "Oh, he let us down. He did this and did that wrong." It's quite the opposite. He's very good going forward. His set piece deliveries are really good. His ability to cross a ball on the move is very good. I think he's really improved this season. So has, Ryan Gravenberch, a joke. I remember doing a show with Gav on Talkin Cop during the transfer window. We were talking about Zubamendi not coming, and it was rumored that Gravenberch could be used in that role. And I said, yeah, he can, but he's 6'3". He's got all the physical attributes to be that holding midfield player. He was raised in the Ajax. He grew up in the Ajax system, so his football intelligence we know is going to be there. The only question was, can he stay fit? Can he play back-to-back games for long enough and be consistent when he does it? And my God, he's been a revelation. No one saw that coming. He's been an absolute revelation in the position. I think McAllister looks like he's suffering a bit of a hangover from the volume of football that he's been asked to play. Curtis Jones developing really well into the role, so much so now that when he starts, again, it's like, right, we're looking forward to see what he can do rather than worry about what he can't, which at the minute, the list of what he can't do is shrinking. He was always labelled as someone who maybe dilly-dallies on the ball a little bit too much, but nah, not so much. And now that's coming out of his game a lot more. He's much quicker with his thought and his passing. He's been very good this season. And there's so much more to come from the forwards. We're seeing Lucho starting to be used a bit more now through the middle. I think Arne Slot has decided that Cody Gakpo, for all intents and purposes, is going to be mainly used solely on the left wing, which I'm fine with. And I think, if anything, it might suit Diaz a bit better because he's that little bit more flexible. He can play on the right. He can play through the middle. Especially if you want to pull centre-backs out of position, he's ideal.